Are you thinking about applying for Arraigo? Have you heard there have been major changes with the new immigration reform but don't know where to start? Then this video is for you. Since May the 20th, the rules have changed completely. The reform of immigration regulations has radically modified all types of Arraigo, and now we finally have much more details. So stay tuned because we are diving into the content now. Hello everyone, my name is Gerard. I'm the marketing responsible at Balcells Group and Immigration Lawyers Spain. In today's video, we're exploring everything you need to know about the new instruction published by the government, something quite important because we now have much more information about how to approach the requirements, the process of the new arraigos in Spain. On May the 20th, the new Spanish immigration regulation came into force, replacing the old 2011 regulation. Although the new regulation set out many changes, there were still gaps in terms of how some provisions would be applied in practice. To address that, the government has now published the instruction SEM 1/2025, which clarifies how the new rules on residence permits due to exceptional circumstances, which are arraigos, must be interpreted. General arraigo, the residency requirement. From now on, you must prove just 2 years of continuous stay in Spain to apply for arraigo, and this applies to all arraigos except for the family arraigo, which does not require any prior time in Spain. During those 2 years, you may have been outside Spain for up to 90 days total. This instruction clarifies how this relates to asylum applicants. You are considered an asylum applicant from the moment that you express your intention, not when you get an appointment or receive a response. The second chance arraigo, or arraigo de segunda oportunidad, is a new type of arraigo designed for those who were unable to renew a residence permit that was not granted under exceptional circumstances and who are now under an irregular status. In other words, if you previously had an arraigo or student visa, you cannot apply for this type of arraigo. Nothing new here, but the key point is that the second chance arraigo gives you a path to legalize your status if your renewal was denied or the deadline was missed, unless the cancellation was due to public security or health issues. For example, if you had a criminal record. Before we move on to the social labor, the family arraigos, let me ask you something. Most of you watching this aren't subscribed to our channel. So if you find this video useful or you found any of our past videos useful, please consider subscribing. You'll stay up to date with all the latest changes in immigration law, tips, everything you need to know, and you will also help us continue producing content like this. So subscribe, and now let's keep going. Social labor arraigo, the job contract requirements. The instruction on arraigo clarifies key aspects of the new arraigo sociolaboral, which are: you can submit one or even more employment contracts, including temporary or seasonal ones. Fixed-term contracts, for example, to replace another employee, are allowed, but the total duration must exceed 90 days minimum. In any case, the minimum working hours must be 20 hours per week, and the salary must be at least the national minimum wage or what's stated in the relevant collective agreement. This arraigo is not available for self-employed applicants. Social arraigo, family ties and financial means. This form of arraigo has changed significantly. There are now two pathways to obtain it. One, to have family ties in Spain, which are registered partner, parents, children, or two, submitting an integration report if you don't have immediate family in Spain. In both cases, you must show sufficient financial means. At least 100% of the IPREM, which is around 7,200 euros per year if you are using your own income, or 200% of that IPREM, which is 14,400 euros per year if you depend on a legal resident family member. These funds must be available in Spain and maintained throughout the entire residency period. Arraigo socioformativo, valid education. To qualify for arraigo socioformativo, you must be enrolled or admitted in high school, intermediate vocational training, specialization courses, official professional certifications level 1, 2, or 3, adult education, or in training courses promoted by the SEPE, the Public Employment Service, for positions that are related to those within the shortage occupation list. This training can be in person or hybrid, but at least 50% must be face-to-face. Here's the key update: you cannot apply for this type of arraigo more than once every 3 years. Modifying the old training arraigo. What happens if you had an arraigo para la formación under the old regulation? Then, one, you can modify it into a residence and work permit if you completed your studies, or two, you can extend it if you are job hunting and registered with the SEPE, especially if you are still finishing your training. Family arraigo. A key clarification in this instruction is if you are supporting a family member with a disability, only one relative may apply for this type of arraigo per dependent person. In other words, multiple caregivers won't be accepted. Foreign minors. Finally, regarding minors, this instruction confirms that a child can apply for residence at the same time as the parent applying for arraigo. And if the application isn't submitted on the time, for example after the child is born, it can still be accepted later on with a valid justification. As you can see, the new regulation and this instruction open up many doors but also raise the bar in certain key areas. If you want to be sure if your application meets all the requirements, or if you're not sure which type of arraigo fits best your case, reach out to us and the email that you are seeing on the screen and get started today. To stay updated on all the latest developments of this major reform, subscribe to our channel, activate the notifications and share this video with someone who needs it. We'll keep bringing you the latest updates on everything affecting foreigners in Spain. See you in the next one.